Wait, hold on. There we go.
Yeah, I was about to say.
There we go. Now we're talking. Hey, what's going on out there, Coach Junkies? Welcome to another great episode of Coach Junkies Live. I'm your host, Kashiro. Today, we are talking about the passing of the legendary James Earl Jones on our show, the voice of Darth Vader, Tulsa Doom, and Conan the Barbarian, and Mufasa and the Lion King, and just an overall great actor, University of Michigan legend and alum, and all around, you know, treasure to the artist space. But we're also going to be talking about the release of the PS5 Pro details and just kind of the farcical nature of what Sony is planning on doing with that. And we got a little bit MCU news to talk about as well. But joining me on the show, as always, are my friends, the great Dadakuji. Oh, actually, no, Dadakuji is out today. He's a little bit under the weather, but we got Amarak is here. Simon Says is here, and GQ, the Dark Lord of the Sith, is here. What is going on, everybody? How you doing?
I am a beef.
Doing well.
Well, good. Everybody's doing well. I'm so happy to hear that.
Pretty saying, King Jaffe Jafar.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
When Coming to America was a terrible movie. Terrible movie. I loved that they did pay homage to Jaffe Jafar, in it, and acknowledging that, James Earl Jones was older and, passed away and all that other kind of stuff. I don't remember. Was he actually in the film?
Yeah.
Or did they just acknowledge his presence?
Oh,
yeah,
no,
he had his funeral in the film.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I understand that movie was bad and very forgettable, but like
very bad.
He was in the movie for like a hot minute.
Okay. Man, because dude, it was bad. It was really bad. I don't know what the deal was, but it was really bad.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, I just it was one of those like, why are you doing a sequel this late? There's a lot of franchises that are getting like, why are you getting sequels this late? But
right, man.
It's whatever.
Yeah. Say what's up to Austin the Great over on Twitch. Good to see you. Preem, obviously, as you said, is also over there as well. We are streaming live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, along with Kick, even though we haven't really gotten a lot of traction on Kick, but we're still there. So I don't know if y'all heard, but there was like this crazy debate yesterday that happened between one incredibly old and deranged old man and what is going to be probably the prospective first female president of the United States. But the whole thing with the eating cats and dogs that aliens, that illegal immigrants are doing, all that got to I don't know if y'all saw. Did you see the memes out there about that? The first one that popped up was Alf making the cat sandwich.
I saw that one. Yeah, I saw
that. Yo, that was so freaking funny. Myayin is over in the chat. Hello, good to see you.
How you doing?
Yeah, I just thought the memes of Kamala Harris's face will never end. Like, you can use that'll stay forever, right?
Like the Jordan cry face.
Yes, like the Jordan cry face. Yes. Necomex Beltran, hello from Mexico. Good to see you. Thank you for joining the show on over on YouTube. But yeah, the Kamala Harris faces are gonna live forever. You can meme a lot of things out of that.
The issue I have, and obviously we don't want to talk about politics because that's
I just thought that was
toxic topic. But
indeed,
as I did watch it, just because it's like you got to at least see what people are saying. What's their platform or whatever. You got nothing out of this substance wise. I'm just gonna be 100%. Like, you got a bunch of anger on one side, a bunch of hope on the other side, and it's like, if I was undecided, I would still be undecided based on what I saw. Now, granted, there was some straight up idiocy, especially about the cats thing and all that. That would have been like, okay, like I don't know if this bro is ready. But at the same time, it's just like, if I was undecided, I'd be like, okay, y'all didn't really say nothing to sway me one way or the other. And And I think the problem is we've become a society that is all about the spectacle and not about the substance. And that's sad, basically.
You
Yeah,
100.
Miyagian said it 100%.
Right.
It's a personality contest. It's like I don't care about the personality. I'm never going to meet any of these people. What are you going to do for me? Straight up, just straight up. Like I'm just being 100. Like if you, and again, I understand. Yes, you have to have somebody that is presentable on a global stage because we're, one of the most powerful. Yeah, we're one of the most powerful nations in the world. If I was undecided, there's a couple of things that would have swayed me one way based on just that. Like, okay, if you're gonna represent, us as a country, I need somebody that ain't talking about cats.
So the other meme that I saw that is real brief, and then we'll get off of it. The other one that I saw was Padme on a dais and sitting Palpatine on a dais.
Oh my goodness. I mean,
that was funny.
Yeah,
that one was funny. Yes, I'll admit. But yeah, no, the memes will live forever. And unfortunately, we did talk about sports a little bit last week. I'm trying to, Dido didn't give me the record of how we went, but the lock of the week that I gave y'all that the Lions would win 100% did happen. This week, the lock of the week, if you do want to take it, the Lions will win against Tampa Bay. They are favored by just a field goal. They're definitely a touchdown better than Tampa Bay. So take that to the bank. Do that with it what you will. Speaking of sports, unfortunately today it is all a buzz on Twitter. What happened with my man Shannon Sharp, Club Shay, Uncle Shannon? He claims that his Instagram was hacked because this morning, my man, his Instagram went live, and what did they have him smashing his girl? You didn't see anything, but you heard everything. It was everybody's been giving him grief all day long, even his co-hosts on ESPN. It's been amazing, absolutely amazing. I don't know if you guys want to, if you guys have the stomach for that, or you just want to laugh. You can go ahead and see that if you want, but yeah,
Culture Junkies does not condone watching any porn.
It is not. It is not porn.
It is technically it is.
Just because it's even
porn ain't always about seeing, bro. Porn is not always about seeing.
Okay. And Meow Yin is right. Shay did have a great morning from the sounds of it. He was grunting like he did. So anyway,
yeah,
I digress. Let's get off of that and get into some really sad news. Obviously, this past Monday, today being 9/11, obviously we also remember all of the people that lost their lives in the tragedy of 9/11. It's usually always a sad day, but it's a sad day for us, in the genre space, because this past Monday, the legendary James Earl Jones passed away peacefully at his home. No cause of death was really given, but it doesn't really matter. He passed away. Obviously, James Earl Jones, the U of M alum that a lot of people probably don't really realize he graduated from U of M long time ago, synonymous with the university. He was the voice of CNN. I don't know if people really knew that as well, with the doing this is CNN that he did, but also obviously people know him as the iconic voice of Star Wars' greatest villain, Darth Vader. Had numerous film roles, a respected thespian, one of the only people to win the EGOT. He won an Emmy, an Oscar, a Grammy, and a Tony. And he was the voice of Mufasa. He was Tulsa Doom and Conan the Barbarian. I don't remember what his character's name in the Jack Ryan films were. But he was the head
director.
of the CIA. Yeah, the director.
Yeah.
Was that literally his name?
No, he had a name, but I mean,
I was going to say,
director is always the director of the CIA. It's usually the title more so is important than the name.
Gotcha.
I don't know why you keep calling him Tulsa though. It's Thulsa Doom.
Tulsa, yeah.
A lot of people, the H is silent. So just saying.
Watch the movie again, bro.
Okay. I'm just saying. I've heard other people just say Tulsa Doom. So
No, because he is not the Tulsa King. He is Tulsa Doom.
Tulsa King. I wouldn't even think about that. Season 2 is out now, by the way.
Night Akuchi said he was in Soul Man as well.
Yeah, he was in
Yes,
Soul
he
Man.
was.
Mhm.
So his first big break was in a much beloved movie, Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Love the Bomb, which he played a B-52 pilot that was supposed to be bombing. Was it Japan that he was bombing, or was he bombing Germany? I don't forget. I forget which
I don't
one it was.
remember.
Yeah, but that was where he kind of first burst on the scene as an actor. Had a legendary career spanning 6 decades, I think it was. Starting in the 60s. His last role was in Coming to America, which I think was back in 2021. So
It's been that long for that movie?
yeah, it's been a while.
Damn.
It's been a while.
Super forgettable then, because I remember watching it just because obviously got to see it, but I remember
the movie was terrible.
That long ago.
Yeah, but the movie was terrible. No one's going to castigate you for forgetting when it came out, because obviously the rest of us want to forget that it ever even happened. It was that bad. But talking about James Earl Jones, and Meow Yin is right. James Earl Jones would have like 90 years of acting, shaped voice acting, and that's a nice segue because I kind of want to talk about James Earl Jones and what he meant to all of us, just with his voice. So real brief, everybody on the panel, share like kind of your favorite James Earl Jones moments, memories, what have you. Amarat, go ahead, bro.
All right, so just Vader. Like the powerful, okay, the only pop that I even have in the case over here is a limited edition Vader that I got.
Nice.
That was one of those voices where you would try your best to mimic for so long and just could never do it. You just like to hear it over and over and over again and still try and couldn't do it. You could not match the tone, and you could never hear anything like that unless he did it.
Yeah.
But just the character, it was perfect casting for someone. I'm just keep this here now, actually.
Yo, man, like you bring up his voice and trying to repeat his lines. He had so many great lines. Everybody knows that Lucas, for the most part, has very ham-fisted writing. But James Earl Jones's delivery of some of his lines,
oh man,
immaculate. I find your lack of faith disturbing. I am your father. Like, come on, man. Just
how do you put yourself in a place where you can imagine that cadence and then get it out?
100%.
Well, I mean, and it goes back to what we've all seen. We've seen the behind the scenes of David Prowse's voice for Vader, and I guarantee you, as cool as Vader is as a character, without James Earl Jones doing the voice, that character would have flopped. He would not have been as iconic as he is. You wouldn't have, like you said, millions of people that know of Vader just from his voice, not even necessarily knowing a lot about the character. They know that voice. Same thing with Mufasa. His Mufasa is legendary. Like Lion King was like, when you went to see that, it's just like, bro, like they got half of the Coming to America cast to be like the Lions family, basically. Because it was James Earl Jones' Mufasa, and Simba's mother was Madge Sinclair, who played James Earl Jones' wife, or the Queen, in Coming to America. So it's like you had a lot of, and then also Robert Guillaume as Rafiki. So it's like you had an insane cast for Lion King, and James Earl Jones was leading the pack. It was just like he's iconic in the sense of you only have to hear like a couple of words, you already know it's him.
Yep.
Like his voice is so recognizable that it's just like you said with the CNN thing. It's like it's like when you hear that, it's just like, bro, James Earl Jones did that. That's awesome. You don't even have to there's no question. It's like, well, I wonder if that's the sound. Like, no, there's no sound alikes. The guy that does Chad Vader is good, never
He
going to
ain't
be on that
James Earl
level.
Jones.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and it's like and I'm glad that he gave permission for his voice to be carried on
AI.
through AI. That's
Now,
going to be interesting.
And it's interesting you do say that because yes, he's one of the first or one of the only ones really to license his voice to be used in AI, which means that Vader can live forever. If you think about it, Mufasa could live forever if you think about it, right?
Oh yeah.
Which, as an aside, Peter Cullen is, or excuse me, a friend of Peter Cullen is suing Disney over the use of his likeness in Rogue One, the way they did. Good luck doing that, my friend. By the way,
Wait. What friend of Peter Cullen?
Yes, it is not the family, because famously the family gave their permission for Peter Cullen to have his likeness used in Rogue One. But supposedly there is a lawsuit out there being filed by a friend of Peter Cullen who was arguing that he had the rights to Peter's likeness. It's a long story.
This friend does realize Peter Cullen's still alive, right?
Not Peter. I'm sorry, not Peter Cullen. Peter Cushing.
I was about to say
Peter Cushing's.
Okay, I was about to say, like,
sorry.
You, and here's the other thing: you're a friend of the family, bro. You're not the family.
Family, yeah, no.
I don't understand. I don't know what my man was thinking by even bringing this lawsuit. Summarily, it'll probably get dismissed. Who knows? But it is out there.
Hey, Simon says, on your behalf, I'm about to sue somebody because you got cut off in traffic. You got cut off in traffic the other day, so I'm gonna sue on your behalf.
Ahead, on my behalf.
What the hell, bro?
I don't understand.
Dude, whatever judge is sitting there just to throw that out before, as soon as it gets,
he sees it.
Yeah, just read the docket, read it off. Blah blah.
This is dismissed
with
prejudice. With prejudice.
If I was the judge, I would throw that shit right at him. So this is bullshit.
Right. So Simon says, what's some of your favorite memories of James Earl Jones?
I actually went to go see Coming to America in theaters when I was young. So that was kind of cool. And I got to see James. I mean, I've seen him before, but I had never been into a theater, as when he's actually acting. So that was kind of like a good thing. Of course, my favorite line was, "My son Akeem works." That was a line right there.
I love that too. He walked right up to that. He walked right up to that employee of the month picture. He's like,
he saw that shit. He was like, my son Akeem works.
Right. He's like, what is this? What is this? McDowell's.
Yeah.
My son works. Like, oh, bro, dude, that movie has so many quotable lines. That's why I'm so upset.
Yes!
And again, it wasn't really upset, but it was just kind of like disappointing with the sequel, because it's like, bro, the original is so legendary, man.
So legendary for so many reasons.
And Simon brings up a good point, because honestly, I knew of James Earl Jones obviously because of Vader.
Yeah.
I had never seen him act until Coming to America. I obviously, again, parents tell you, it's like he's been in stuff and blah blah blah, but it's like I knew him because of Vader, and then
So wait, so you're saying
I saw him in Soul Man, but that was on cable. But like I said, I've never seen him in theaters acting.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean.
So GQ, you're saying you hadn't seen him in theaters like that because when we were kids, obviously Conan the Barbarian was not a movie our parents were taking us to go and see.
I mean, again, like Simon said, you saw it on cable, but you didn't. I'm saying he's 100% right. Going to a theater to actually see him in a film was totally. I think it was Coming to America. I think it was like one of the first things I saw him in as an actor, not just a voice. A voice. But it's 100% right. Miao Yan, it's a travesty that he never got an Oscar for any of his work.
So he got an honorary Oscar, which in the records, I guess officially records he is an Oscar holder, but he never won it officially for anything that he was a part of, which, as you said, is a shame. You wonder if they're going to do something posthumously. I don't know, like they did for, but it would have to be. its punch because it wouldn't be on merit, right?
Yeah. And not only that is like, hold on, did he get a lifetime achievement award? He better have.
Oh, I don't think he got that, but he's definitely going to get one. I don't think he's
Okay,
gotten it.
because I mean, dude, you can look back at Fences, and Denzel did a great job in Fences.
Oh my God,
but
Fences,
but
yes.
James Earl Jones' version of Fences is powerful, bro. That especially that one scene that everybody compares to, Denzel did a great job. But if you see when James did, it was
Earl
like,
Jones,
oh my
yes.
God, because his
on the
voice has such power behind it.
Yes,
It's just like
it's his voice, and the power in his voice is amazing. And you know, I want to steer the conversation into the direction I want us to come up with, guys. And obviously, you guys out there in the chat can help us along with this too, with some names. What are some names, if we can compile maybe a top 5, top 10 list of voices that have the same type of effect? No one is James Earl Jones, don't get me wrong, but has that similar effect, like a James Earl Jones, like Keith David. Thank you very much. That's one of the names that definitely tops to mind. Especially with Keith David, when you think of Keith David, you automatically think of Goliath. You think of him as Spawn. But it's not just that. When you hear his voice in a commercial, right? It's like, dude, that's Keith David. You know it's his voice, right?
Kevin Graveau.
Now, see, I would say yes, if only because of the timbre, but he doesn't have the resume. He's got Black Beetle, but that's it.
Yeah. But the thing is, he doesn't do too much. He's more of like, I mean, he's behind the scene kind of guy. He's acted before, but he's more of like a producer. He's like behind the scenes.
He's a producer and a writer. He's a producer and a writer because he was the guy that was responsible for Underworld.
Yep. Yeah. And I Am Frankenstein.
Right. But again, no shame to him, but I'm just saying he doesn't have the similar type of resume like a Keith David or even a Peter Cullen, who is another voice I will put on the list. Obviously, we know him as Optimus Prime most famously, and his voice will go down in history iconically as Optimus Prime. It does similar to what James Earl Jones did with, to let Vader and Mufasa live forever. But I wonder if Peter Cullen will sign off and do the same thing.
I mean, Peter Cullen is obviously known for Optimus, and he's known for he did Carr in Knight Rider. Yeah, voice of Carr, and then he also did obviously the narration for Voltron. But
he did some voices in Voltron.
He was Karan too.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying though. He's if you look at resume, now granted he is a voice actor. He's not known as an straight up actor. So I completely understand that. But a lot of people in the chat are saying Morgan Freeman, which is 100% on. But Morgan Freeman, for me, I think of him more just straight up as an actor. I can't think of a lot of voice work that he's done. Now he has a great voice. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he has a great voice. And don't get me wrong. I think if we can keep with the same type of iconic timbre and effect that James Earl Jones had, I would definitely say Morgan Freeman. And y'all don't at me on this one. I would say no. He doesn't have the same impact that a Keith David, that a Peter Cullen. Y'all can disagree, and you're welcome to disagree if you want. I don't think so, Lady King to King. Cree Summer, while she is a talented voice actor, she's malleable. And yes, well, okay, the argument could be made for Cree Summer because when you hear her speak, you can instantly know it's her. Right? Penny, the green M&M, the who else did she do? She did
Elmira.
She did Elmira. She did she was Hagar in the reboot of Voltron.
Cree Summer does a lot of
voices. And her range is ridiculous, dude.
Ridiculous. She can go from sounding like a little kid to an old ass lady, just like that.
Yeah.
Just like
that. What about somebody not as impactful, but it's one of those voices that when you hear it, you know what's happening, but you also know it's about to be a good performance. It's like Nolan North.
Nolan North is solid.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Like
I can
every
see that.
DC animated anything you ever did, you see his name and you're like, all right, at least that part's about to be decent.
Yeah.
Now this is what I love.
Hand of Omega brought up Andre Brower and also Dennis Haysbert.
So
Both
Dennis
sound
Haysbert
similar
with the Allstate commercials. Yes, I can see that. Hand of Omega's got another good one in there.
Stephen Bloom.
No, Clancy Brown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Clancy Brown is definitely solid. Obviously the Kurgan from Highlander, but obviously Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah.
He's done a couple of other things for sure. Yeah, he's definitely a solid voice. I would think more of a because like I said, we had mentioned Keith David, not David Keith.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Not to be
God
confused.
damn, Hand of Omega, that's a good one.
Yeah, Ironside.
Michael Ironside.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, here's the thing. Ironside does great voices. He's best known for Darkseid, though.
Yes, he is.
Sam Fisher.
Yes,
Don't forget about that.
Yeah, he
Sam
did
Fisher, that's
Sam
true.
Fisher as
Sam
well,
Fisher too. That is
which
true.
is another franchise that they need to resurrect and do something with.
Well, we won't hold our breath.
No, I know.
Yeah, no, that's true.
TC Carson for coming out of Waffles. Mr. Waffles is saying TC
the
Carson.
original Kratos voice.
Yep, he did a great job as Kratos.
Okay, let me throw one at y'all, and you guys tell me if you. And for a lot of our viewers. Oh, yeah, hold on. I got you.
Yeah, I got you.
Hold on. Preem, that goes without question. Now, that one goes without question. Without question. Iconic Kevin Conroy. I don't care if he's mostly known for just really one role. It's an amazing role. Who cares? So, okay. What about Orson Welles?
Orson Welles is known mainly as an actor. He did voiceover work. He did voiceover work for that one. They made an entire Animaniacs episode about his outtakes from called Yes Always, which is him reading basically trying to rewrite the scripts for commercials he was supposed to be reading. And he did Unicron, but beyond that though, Orson Welles to me is not, and again, I'm not saying he's not an iconic actor because he is, but he's not, to me, he's not a voice like that. His Unicron was great, but
his Unicron was amazing. Amazing.
It's like Miao Yin brought up Mark Hamill, who Joker, Trickster, obviously played Trickster as the animated and also as
live action.
He did 3 voices on that one was it
Brave and the Bold, I think it was.
No.
No, you're right. Yeah, when they kidnapped Mark Hamill, the actor.
Yeah,
and then the Joker. Yeah, that was a great scene. Cool. If you've never seen that, look that up. He does. Yeah, he's literally it's one of the DC like superhero shows, like the kid shows. But basically, what it was is Joker kidnaps Mark Hamill, the actual actor.
No way!
So Mark Hamill is having a conversation, and I think Trickster's in there too. So I think Mark Hamill's so Mark Hamill's having a conversation with himself for all 3 characters that are in this.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing!
And the only other thing that's been similar to that is Kevin Conroy when they had that episode when they went against the Justice Lords. Kevin Conroy did both versions of Batman,
yes, he did.
And he literally switched his tone live. They said he did it in a single straight take recording, conversation back and forth between the 2 Batmen, and just he switched up his tone back and forth live, just straight through. And I'm like, bro, that's when you know you're good. Because anybody else would be like, okay, let me record all of these lines and then play it back so I can answer back. He's like, nah, I'm just going to read straight through and I'm going to jump back and forth between the 2 different Batman. I'm like, that's talent, bro.
That's crazy.
Okay. The one I'm thinking,
brought up another one, Phil Lamar.
Yeah. The one I was thinking of, Kevin Michael Richardson.
That's a good one.
Almost every black character you see in a cartoon.
One. That's a good
and he does all of the Bad Batch.
He did the voice of Goro on the Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh yeah. He's been around for a while.
Wasn't he Joker in the Batman? The Batman?
I think so.
Show?
I think so.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. He was the Joker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yayan brings up
Yayan with another one. Tara Strong. Yep, definitely
Like,
her Raven.
It sucks that we can't put like Nancy Cartwright on this list because she's just kind of like Bart, and that's all anybody.
But still, her voice is iconic. When you hear it, you know it's her, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's honestly my only criteria for I feel like being a part of this list. Now, you guys have done a great job giving us a ton of names, well more than 10. I ain't even gonna try and rank them, but I just thought this segment was great, and obviously the iconic Frank Welker, Megatron, Freddy from Scooby Doo. You know, obviously we had
damn near every animal cartoon animal
damn near every Scooby Doo, whatever.
Soundwave,
Dude,
Megatron. It's like Frank Welker is damn near everybody, bro. Like you could have
the legend.
Yeah, honestly, you could have Frank Welker and Peter Cullen, and you can have an entire Transformers episode done.
And this could be a whole other ass debate. And this is for the old heads that might be watching the show, like Mark Dudley. He would know, maybe even some of the younger of the older people. But who's got the more iconic litany of voices? Frank Welker or Mel Blanc?
I say Mel Blanc only because Mel's done voices that everybody knows. With Frank Welker, we know Megatron right off the top of your head. You know it's Megatron, you know it's Soundwave, and for some people, they know Fred from Scooby Doo. Once you get deeper into it, it's harder for people to be like, "Did Frank do that, or is that something?" You know, it's a question that comes up with Mel Blanc, bro. You know, he ran off a list of Looney Tunes characters that he did the voices for.
Which honestly, the fact that you can't recognize Frank's voice speaks to his gifts as a chameleon, because he's able to disguise his voice so well, you can't tell that it's really him.
Yeah.
Right?
No, and absolutely, but to
Mel Blanc too is the same.
But but that's what I'm saying. Mel Blanc, just for the range of characters that he's done, because he goes from the sarcasm of Bugs Bunny to the straight up just lunacy of like and strangeness of Porky Pig to just all the different stuff he does, Brad. It's crazy.
Now this is a good one. Last one that I'm going to bring up, and then we'll get out off of this one and move on to other stuff. Hand of Omega brought up Tony J as Shere Khan, or Judge Frollo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. That is an iconic voice.
Yeah,
Tony J. Great choice. Great.
Shere Khan's voice was great. He was, to me, he was the best part of Tailspin.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was. Anytime they rolled up into that office,
you
knew you was going to see Shere Khan. You knew it was about to be an awesome scene.
Yes, you knew
it. It didn't matter, and that's another good one from Takeem Burgess Meredith.
Oh yeah, iconic Mickey, the Penguin in the '60s TV show.
Yep,
you just knew that voice. You just knew it.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. That's a good one. Thank you for participating and giving us a whole bunch of voices for us to think and consider as amongst legendary voices to put up there along with James Earl Jones. All right, moving right along. In other news this week, I'm gonna save the Spider-Man news for last, but let's talk about this PS5 Pro stuff. So. Sony yesterday decided to release the details of the PS5 Pro. And in their infinite wisdom, they decided to set the price point at being $799. Which is $699, excuse me. $699. $699. The $799 part comes from that you have to buy your optical disc if you want one, if you have PS5 games on disc. Or PS4 games on disc, mind you. And you also have to buy your own display stand if you want to stand it up. So that will bring you to the grand total of probably right around $799, but plus tax, it'll put you over $800.
Oh, easily.
Like, come on, bruh. Like, okay. The many problems we have with this, obviously, is it's another sign that the industry is going to force us to try and go digital. Odds are PS6 isn't even going to have an optical drive. Like, it's not even going to be an option. But why should we buy this? I'm being for real. Like, this is a general question. Why should we buy a PS5 Pro?
Because there's slightly better DLSS for 12 games.
Okay, I'm gonna ask again. Why should we buy this?
Bro, Like
I'm so
go
mad.
ahead.
I like PlayStation as much as I do, and like this is how we got the PS5 Pro news. Well, I mean, at least PS5s will be cheaper, right?
We'll wait and see.
Hold on now. Hold on. You know full well. Now, I would say yes, the PS5, the original systems would be cheaper if you could still find the original PS5s, because they are very quick to suddenly dead
Just vanish.
the supply.
Oh yeah.
Because don't forget, they didn't kill it, but they basically stopped making the PSVR 2 because it wasn't selling well. So they are very quick to be like, oh, you can't get that SKU no more. There's only the Pro.
Are they only selling the PS5 Slims now?
I think so.
Is that all?
I mean,
I've seen
in stores. I've seen, because stores aren't good. They ain't gonna throw their stock away. That's just silly.
Of course not.
But
Course not.
they every store I've walked into at GameStops or whatever, they have the original PS5s there, but usually refurbished. Usually, it might be a digital console or whatever. Yeah, they trying to push them Slims as much as they can because they're about to make room for all the Pros that are be coming in. But unless they've fulfilled that promise of 8K, which is on the box of the PS5 currently, the PS5 Pro has nothing for me until maybe Grand Theft Auto 6 drops.
I hear that.
That's it, man. Because sprucing up games that are old doesn't mean anything to me. You gotta come with the new hotness.
Exactly. Because like during that because I watched the presentation and it was nothing but Spider-Man 2. They were just showing, oh yeah, it's going to be running in 60 frames. It's like, good for you, but where's the new shit? Where's the new games?
Exactly.
Is that I'm up here like waiting to see like, okay, let's see what it does with the newer games, but you have nothing. And so it's like you said, it's like why would I want to buy this?
I'm being real straightforward here. Like, why should we buy because like literally, I don't care none about that DLS or whatever the hell they're talking about. Because if you look at the
digital learning super sampling is what that is.
I don't care. Acronyms. I don't care about no long ass names. You look at the side-by-side comparisons of what they were showing: Last of Us 2, Spider-Man 2. What the hell was
Ratchet
different?
And Clank. They were showing Ratchet and Clank, bro.
Like, what the hell was different, bro? It looked like the freaking same picture, but like you said, they just turned up the sharpness and contrast on the picture. What the hell was that?
Yeah.
The thing that they missed the mark on is, why didn't you make something that could handle giving me fidelity mode and be able to, like, I just want all my frames and be able to play the game as it was made. This should have been the cleanup for that, because you have to now choose performance or graphics. Just give me the
yeah.
Iguana's funny, but he ain't wrong. He's like, you didn't see it was 3 extra blades of grass? Nah, dog, I don't see all that. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Okay, so all jokes aside, like, this is bad. I'm gonna give Sony some time because I'm sure bundles are coming down the road. The reason why they didn't show us any new games, the scuttlebutt is because Tokyo Game Show is literally right around the corner, and they know Nintendo is going to be coming out unveiling the Switch 2 there. They needed to hold back some games like GTA 6, which is coming out. They wanted to hold that back to showcase footage of GTA 6 running on a PS5 Pro and use that and put it in a bundle to sell. Because I'm telling you, if they don't put it in a bundle, nobody's buying it. The reason I got a PS4 Pro in the first place is because they timed it perfectly to coincide with the release of Spider-Man, and they created a limited edition PS4 Pro what was red with the white Spider-Man emblem on it with the game and a controller. I was sold immediately. I bought it right away. I didn't care. Dude, they need to have something like that and a game that is going to sell the system. Otherwise, what are you doing this for? The PS5 already doesn't have enough games to justify its purchase. I almost regret buying it. Almost. Because I barely play it. I could have been fine with a PS4 Pro. What, really? What? Come on. Anyway, go ahead,
Yeah.
GQ. What were you gonna say?
I mean, I don't know. I'm looking at what Mr. Waffles is saying. He said in some regions it's $900 to $1,000 with the disk drive added. So I look at it this way, and you guys know me. If I deem it worth my time and my money, I'll pay the price. I'm not worried about so much the sticker shock or whatever. But here's how I look at it. If the PS5 Pro would have been what they released on day one instead of the PS5, I'd been fine with it if it was like $900 because you're giving me something that is at least worth that price point. Don't give me the half step. That's why Microsoft pissed me off when they came out with the Series X and then they had the lower version of it and they were like, "Oh yeah, but it plays all the same stuff." I'm like, I want something that is a powerhouse, ridiculously crazy out of the box, so you can justify me giving you $8, $9, whatever it is, $100. So when I plug it up to my damn TV, I'm blown away by how amazing it looks, how well it plays, and all that other sort of thing. Don't give me the half step because you have to appease the people that can't afford it. Yes, I understand. In business, you want to maximize your profits, but don't say you're giving me a pro version that is not leaps and bounds above the current version, because then you're not making it worth my money, and it's definitely not going to be worth my money if like I said, if GTA 6 is not running at 8K, because I have an 8K TV right over there.
Right.
I want to see it in 8K. Like that's why I have
Right.
that TV, to make everything that I plug into it look amazing. And
100%.
if you can't, you have 8K on every single PS5 box. It's right there on there, 8K. I haven't seen it yet.
And Preem isn't wrong saying Sony is taking a page out of Apple's playbook by giving us incremental updates with zero substance. He just told me today that damn iPhone 16 that they just released. He was like, "Do you know what they added to the damn iPhone? A button to control the camera when it's on the lock screen. Like, what the hell is that? Like, what are you talking about?"
Again, he's 100% right. They give you a whole bunch of here's what it is, and we all know we love to joke back and forth about Apple versus Android and all that, blah blah blah. Apple is masters at marketing because they make people buy stuff that they don't need, and they make it so appealing to that people because they're promoting a lifestyle. I don't have an iPhone because of the lifestyle. I don't care. It's the phone that I started with way back in the day, so I just kept going with that because that's what I like. But I'm not one of the people that buys a new iPhone every damn year.
Okay.
Because there's nothing that you can add to a phone in a 12-month process that I need more than what I use my phone for now. There's nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Fam,
that's why I'm afraid of the release of the PlayStation 6, though. Like, what if they drop the information about the 6 like next year? Like,
no way. No way. Are they going to undercut themselves? No way.
They did with the Pro. The Pro came out and was like, "Holy crap! Everything, we got the frames. We finally got the frames. We won." The PS5 comes out, was like, "Hey, we got 2 more frames for you."
Now, in all fairness, though, hold on. In all fairness,
I'm gonna be pissed, dude.
Absolutely, but in all fairness, the Pro came out halfway through the life cycle of the PS4.
It did.
Yeah, and look how long the PS5 has been out, though.
No, I understand that, but you got to remember. You have to remember the PS5 and every system that we're playing on did get screwed over by the pandemic. The pandemic messed up every game development. Every development game, whatever, screeched to a halt for an entire year, basically. So you kind of lost an entire year's worth of gaming, period, no matter what. Now, granted, that sucks. That is, oh, go ahead.
I said I kind of get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's it. And again, I'm not giving them, a huge pass on that. But at the same time, if the entire world screeches to a halt, yeah, I'm not going to get my games. I completely understand that, and I get that. But that having said that, that's no excuse for them to not have any ridiculous blockbuster games that at least should have been out by now. They've got a couple of stuff, now granted, I love my Street Fighter 6 on there. I have Tekken 8, I haven't been playing it. But Tekken 8's not exclusive. Street Fighter's not exclusive. You know what I'm saying? It's like the games that are there are not, you can't get this anywhere else games. And that's not good, because that's the whole point of, I bought a PS5 because I want to play the games that they're going to release that I can't play on other systems. And of course, with the whole thing, that's why I stopped buying Xbox systems. I'm like, if all of your games come out on PC, Why do I need to give you money for an Xbox?
My guy.
Sony's
That's me
getting
in a
close.
nutshell.
Sony's getting close to that point with me now. It's just like y'all don't have anything that I can't get elsewhere so far. And
Now,
that's
granted, a lot of their exclusive games have like a release window before they get ported over to PC. But for a lot of people, they're almost training us to wait for those releases anyway, because because there's so many other competing games that are out there that are worth our time. But also beyond that, right? Beyond that, the justification of buying these games day one is getting less and less and less. Ghost of Tsushima, day one game. Spider-Man, day one game. How many other PS Pro or PlayStation titles within the last 4 years of the PlayStation 5's life cycle has been a bona fide day one game? Can y'all name them?
Final Fantasy, the remakes, I got both of those on day one. Both of the ones that dropped or whatever. But again, that's not really enough, because that's not. Yes, it's a new version, a new take on Final Fantasy VII, but Final Fantasy VII is an old game. Let's just be realistic. It's a very updated, great-looking reimagining of the original game. So it's not like there's something brand new. Like I said, a Ghost of Tsushima is a great example. That's something that's just like, dude, masterpiece game. However, also available on the PS4.
Yes.
It's like I understand you got it. They got to basically dance on both sides of the line, but come out with something for this mega powerful system that you guys touted and came out with all these years ago that you cannot buy on the old system.
There would be more money in this for them right now to just give us a PC launcher, just like Xbox it has on the thing, so that way they can.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Now they can use someone else's software to get all the frames. And now I'll give you $80 for a game or whatever, because boom, here it is. It's on the most powerful thing that you can get, depending on how you have your shit built. And now you have exactly what they want you to have without having to spend another $900 for a system. And then a year and a half later, they're like, hey, guess what? Here's another one.
Yeah. Also, what's up to more Nightmare in the chat? Simon, go ahead, though.
Let's kind of also not forget that debacle of the game with Concord, because they did lose about $100 million. So I can see why. I can see why they're actually pushing this price up. I'm shocked that they didn't go for 800, dog.
But why are they taking it out on us? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Amara.
No, it was good. I played Concord. It was good. I don't know
what was the issue.
You and maybe 5 other people played Concord, my friend.
Hold on. That was the game we had mentioned last week, where it's like they came out with it, but it was old, basically.
The game was
an Overwatch clone. It was an Overwatch clone.
Yeah,
which I like Overwatch.
8 years development, 100 mil for the game, the cost of the game to make.
Yeah, so they should have.
It just.
So I'm gonna read off a list.
Yeah.
Of AAA PlayStation 5 games that have been released, and I really want y'all to tell me which of these were absolute must-buys day one.
Hold on. Now, are these AAAs that you cannot get anywhere else, or is it only?
I'm going to list the ones that you cannot get anywhere else.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I'm gonna list the ones you cannot get anywhere else. Okay. Deathloop.
Oh yeah.
Actually, no. Deathloop was multi-platform, so I already failed the challenge right away. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. You already said that was day one.
Yep.
Ghost of Tsushima. Would you say that was day one, even though it was available on PS4? Let's just say PlayStation platform.
Yeah, I mean the PS5 version is superior to that one.
Yes,
so I get it.
100%.
Yeah, so I have so far 2 of those that you've mentioned.
Okay. Resident Evil 7, I think, was an exclusive, was it not?
I believe so. It was one of the early game. Yeah, Biohazard. Yeah.
Was that a day one?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I got that one. Yeah.
All right. Horizon Forbidden West.
Never got that one. Everybody says it was good though.
So you said no. So essentially no. You would say no. Would you say no, Amarak? You say no
So
too. Okay.
the first one was beautiful. The second one got hyped and stuff, but I was like, I've already played the first one, so at some point I'll get it. So it wasn't.
Simon says, I don't want you to be quiet, even though you're a damn Xbox fanboy. I still want you to chime in. Would you, if you had a PS5, would you buy any of these games? So I want you to chime in too. Don't be silent, okay? Just saying. Just saying.
I would get. I would get Spider-Man 2.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, validating. Final Fantasy 16.
Hell no.
I love that. Hell no.
I
love that.
Dude,
I love that.
Dude, I went through. I was just screwing around. I was like watching people. I was looking at it, just like the gameplay of it. I was like, why is it losing frames after the damn after? So yeah, so it lost frames in mid game, and then like the frames picked up after the cutscene. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? So I was like, nah, hell no.
Yeah.
Okay. God of War.
Oh yeah.
Even though
yes,
all of the God of Wars, would you say that's
every God of War game has been solid.
Yeah, they've been solid. Those games weren't for me. I'll be honest with you.
You talking about the originals, or you talking about the newer ones?
I'm talking about the newer ones that were on.
No, that's what I was asking Simon.
No, for me, for me, the newer ones, no, they didn't. It didn't.
I got you, and that's fair. When they first announced it, and I first saw it, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, bro, the original Kratos. Yes, we've had 6 games or whatever of Kratos being Kratos, but I love that play style. But then when they switched it up, it's like, I don't know. Okay. Then I played it, was like, oh yeah, that's not bad. I get it. I see where they were going.
Okay, here we go. What about Returnal?
I have that, but I didn't get it on day one. I got it.
So that's no.
But again, you got to remember, on day one for a lot of stuff, I was waiting to get a PS5 because the pandemic screwed up everybody's chance to get one. So I got mine after the fact. But don't forget, I got Returnal for $5.
But I digress. I'm just highlighting a point that Sony's platform is weakening. They're not providing enough reasons for a lot of people outside of the hardcore fanboys to justify making a purchase like this. Now, Grand Theft Auto 6 might push some systems, but it's a multi-platform game.
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
It's not really going to sell systems like it should. We need something like Sucker Punch to come out with another Ghost of Tsushima, something that is a bona fide, surefire hit. Goddamn, I got to buy this system because I want the latest, the greatest experience ever.
You know what would really be a coup if they could do it, and it's never going to happen because it's the IP is too valuable to keep exclusive. But if they could line this up, now granted, I don't know when the PS5 Pro is supposed to come out. There's no release date as far as I understand. If they could get another bona fide Arkham game, a real one, not like one of these little offshoot spin-off weird,
not that VR bullshit that they about to do.
An actual. Now, granted, I understand Arkham Knight was a kind of a finale, but damn it, do another Arkham in between or something, and bring in some.
You know what I was saying though. I was straight up. I kept saying this, and like it would be dope as fuck. They did it. Batman Beyond Arkham game.
There you go. Just another Arkham-verse game
with the visuals of like a Cyberpunk or something, maybe.
Yeah, you could, and this would be, and I would actually promote the Batmobile on this one because that would be sweet as fuck.
Flying around on the Batmobile.
The flying Batmobile is sweet. But what I'm saying, like, if they did, hold on, Wonder Man is saying November 7th. Is that a confirmed date?
GTA 6.
Really?
Yeah, that's what you're trying to say, I think.
Oh no, you're saying the PS4. No, they're saying the PS5 Pro comes out.
PS5 Pro November 7th.
Choices before Christmas.
Right, that's right.
Well, never mind. They don't have enough time for an Arkham anything. Because that would have been a selling point for me if you did another great Arkham game,
or at least more than 12 games.
Well, absolutely. But what I'm saying is, my original justification for buying any system was there had to be, if the system cost $500 and games cost $50, there had to be at least 10 games that were must-haves to justify me buying the system, because now the system is basically, in a sense, paid for itself. Nowadays, yes, games are more expensive, but for this, you got to give me some exclusives.
Yo, man.
Daitakuchi said that a long time ago. That like the exclusives are what
Yes.
what keeps him engaged in and why he wants to get a particular system.
Exactly.
So if it's a whole bunch of stuff that I can just get everywhere else, or for an example of all the fighting games this generation, the fighting games are not going to benefit from PS5 Pro. They're not. They're just not. They're already made the way they're made. Their engines are what they are. There's nothing you can add to any of these particular fighting games that are currently out that the PS5 Pro is going to spice up for me and make better. So for me, GTA 6 and a bunch of other stuff better be amazing on this thing. Otherwise, I don't need it.
Yeah, 100%. I heard that. All right, so actually, to wrap it up before we get out of here, because we're about running low on time, Imura actually did have a really good one that probably would be a candidate. He said if they made a new Infamous.
A new what?
Infamous. New Infamous.
Okay.
Infamous.
Oh,
that
that'd be pretty cool.
Sell me. That would sell me. Because that's an IP that is just sucker punch. If you're listening, get back on the horse and make another Infamous, because that shit was awesome.
Awesome. Hand of Omega is asking, is anybody buy or get Star Wars Outlaws yet?
No, and I'm glad. I'm 100% glad. I hear nothing but problems as of late about the people enjoy the experience, but I'm glad I waited. As hyped as I am for the game, I can wait.
Tell you, but I didn't want to ruin anything. It's not going to be a bad experience. Get it and play it. Don't let this one go by. It is actually like a nice playthrough.
Man,
just wait. Wait for the bugs.
Black Friday. It can wait for Black Friday. It can wait for Black Friday. It ain't going nowhere. This is what we're talking about. As hype as I was for that game, after I started seeing some of the stuff that happened with Ubisoft, I'm glad I waited. That day one patch.
You're welcome.
Really been a buzzkill. Thank you very much, Simon Says. Appreciate you.
Yeah, that
was going down.
That was a pretty bad move on their part. It's just like you're giving people that say never pre-order a fuel for their fire on that one.
Yes,
it's just like,
sir.
Yo, you can play it early. Oh yeah, all that progress you did over the last 3 days.
Fuck all that.
That's gone.
Exactly.
X that out with we resetting everybody back to zero. It's like that would have now again.
What it's now.
I wouldn't have been heated, but I would have been a little bit upset and like, dude, I spent time playing this already.
It'll make me heated enough to get a refund.
No, here's the thing. I want to know if like the content creators that were playing that shit and that happened to them. I want to know if they were pissed because
probably
you had to like because like most of the content creators they're like what. Like you said, like early access.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, early access. Well, no, not even just the early access for content creators, because I'm pretty sure they understand for their review copies, there's going to be changes. But I'm saying the people that straight up went out, pre-ordered it, got it, then got that early access and played, all their progress got nixed after 3 days. It's just like now as a content creator, that would suck because let's say you spent time doing that stream or recording or whatever it is that you were going to do, and then you were about to edit together your episodes, and then it's like, no, you got to start from zero again. That would suck. One last thing to throw in there before we go. For all of those that are Marvel vs. fans, Marvel vs. Capcom collection comes out potentially either tonight or tomorrow. It's one of the, I don't know if it's going to be, we're on Eastern time. I don't know if it's going to drop at like 3 a.m. Pacific time or whatever the heck it ends up being, or if it's just going to come out tomorrow or whatever. But that's the digital version. Y'all know normally I don't do digital. However, I can't wait until November to play this game. So I'm gonna be downloading it tonight, then or whenever it is, and then I'm going to get the physical when it drops because I don't completely trust digital. Only.
The physical is in October or November?
November, I think. November. For whatever stupid reason. I'm like, bro, like you can take my money now if y'all want it. Like,
why just press the disc, man? Like, come on.
Exactly.
Just press the disc.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But anyway, you're right. That's a wrap for today's Culture Junkies Live. I want to thank everybody for coming out and joining the show. You guys,
awesome chat, man.
Today in the chat. Very awesome.
Killed it in the chat today.
Appreciate y'all. Especially want to shout out our new follower. I think he's a new follower. Necomex Beltran checking in from Mexico. Great comments. Appreciate you being here. Hope you join us when you come back next week, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, for another great episode of Culture Junkies Live. Hopefully, Daitakuchi is feeling better. He'll be back. Maybe do another round of picks for the NFL. For my friends, the great look at it. It's like a damn habit to say his name first.
Shannon Sharp syndrome right there. with the Steven. We call him Skip.
Skip.
I deserve that. I deserve that. 100%. 100%. So for my friends, King Amarak, GQ, and Simon Says, I'm Gashiro. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one. Peace out.
What's in the Box does return again. It's back, but it's going to return again next week as well. A new episode. So tune in.
All right.
Do that.